Yo, 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 welcome back to the No Cut Sports Podcast with your host, Niall Frazier. And today we got some things to talk about. It's been a few days since I made a upload, a recent video, so I want to get everybody up to date with what's going on in free agency and things like that. But before we get into that, if you could, please like and subscribe to always catch this vibe, man. You already know I'm trying to keep this follower count going up, and just keep giving y'all the best news I possibly can. So, oh, and before I get started, shout out to my brother Mar. He just hooked me up with my Monstera plant. I had another one from my other boy, my boy D, but I killed it. So we gonna keep it rolling, man. But shout out to my boy, man. So first things first, we gonna talk about some of the acquisitions that the Philadelphia Eagles, um, some of the players that they acquired over these last few days. So we already talked about Bryce Huff. We talked about uh, Saquon Barkley. They ended up getting Devontae Parker. But there's some other ones that I didn't get to talk about. Was Devin White. Excuse me. Devin White played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the same time when they won the Super Bowl with Tom Brady. Now, these last few years really can't really sit there and say his play was mediocre, if you want to say that, or if he even played, because he ended up getting benched and ended up losing his starting position. So I've seen a lot of fans talking about you know oh, he's washed up, he hasn't been playing, he got benched, this, that, and the third. But see, my thing is this, and it goes back to the psychology of a human. Devin White wanted out of Tampa Bay. He wanted a new contract. He didn't get the contract, and then he ended up requesting a trade, which he didn't get that either. And then from there, you seen his pretty much downfall in his play, and that could be for a multitude of reasons. Players do it could be one and done, but me personally, I don't think that. I think Devin White is still a great linebacker. I think he plays middle linebacker if I'm not mistaken. So I think he probably is one of the most talented linebackers we have on our team. Knowing what to do, what to look for, filling the gaps, shooting the gaps, whatever the case may be. Um, I think he's going to be a great addition too, and I think that's another thing that Howie's trying to do. Like I said before, with the coaching aspect of it, is getting more experienced coaches, head coaches, not head coaches, but coordinators and things like that. Opposed, and then at the same time, also getting players that got a couple years under their belt. Like Devin White has, like I said, a Super Bowl. He's won a Super Bowl with Tom Brady. Play with Tom Brady can bring some, experience. Help some of these younger guys like Nolan Smith come up the ranks, depending on who we get out of the draft. How he ends up drafting a linebacker, which I think they might. I don't know what round. Um, there's been a lot of speculation with, the first pick probably being a cornerback or whatever the case may be, or how he's sticking to his old ways and, taking a lineman. But I think Devin White will really fit in good in Vic Fangio's system, because it's more, like I said, it's more of a can these players cover. So like with the addition of what's my man, is it Zach Bond? Yeah, Zach Bond. People were like, why we go get Zach Bond? But then you look at the film, you see how well Zach Bond, first his bend, his athletic versatility and things like that. So you're able to move maybe some of these players around. And I said that too. Like when I first started the podcast, I said that the Eagles like players that are versatile. You go get Chauncey Gardner back. Now you got somebody that can play safety, but then if something happens, that you need somebody to fill in for cornerback, he can play that too. Um, Zach Bond, they talk about him being more. He can play coverage. He can rush the quarterback. You know what I mean? So it's different things that these players can do. And that's the type of things that you got to think about when Howie goes out and gets these players. He's trying to get when I say a bang for his buck, he's really trying to squeeze everything out of these players. So if it's somebody that can be versatile, or one of the coaches think that one of these players fits the scheme, and they can be, especially in Vic Fangio's scheme, to be able to make these cover these zones or these areas of the field. And I think so far so good. Oh, let's just spill something on my seat, my fault. But so far so good with the draft. But then we ended up trading some picks for Kenny Pickett. Now, people, and then I said I liked Kenny, and I said I liked the Kenny Pickett move. I was getting, they was like, Kenny Pickett, he's trash, and I'm like, bro. Everybody always want to talk about, and this how I know, and I'm not sitting there saying like Kenny Pickett's gonna be no no next Jalen or Hurts or nothing like that. But that's not what we're getting him for. It could be trade value. It could just be somebody to back. Yeah, I even think Tanner McKee really keep it a bean. I think Tanner McKee is a better quarterback, better backup too than Kenny Pickett. And people probably gonna go with Kenny Pickett because he has the starting experience and stuff like that. But you got to think where Kenny Pickett's coming from, playing with the Steelers. Their offensive line is not something that they really, I don't say care about, but they don't focus on the offensive line like the Eagles do. Or they're more known like the Steelers. When I think about the Steelers, I'm thinking about TJ. Well, I'm thinking about them defensive players. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really thinking about the offense that they have. I think about the defense. So Kenny Pickett really didn't have the greatest protection, and then also that they're and I'm not making excuses, but we've all seen their offense. It's not it's nothing crazy. So it's like, you know what I mean? You gotta these, and people always talk about these these quarterbacks or so quick to move off these quarterbacks such as the Justin Fields. Now you got Caleb Williams going to the, or maybe I don't want to sit there and put that out there because I don't know for sure. But the way that the Bears are moving, it seems like they're going to draft Caleb Williams with their pick. Now they're putting all these pieces around Caleb Williams, wherever the case may be, because of what he said. I'm not gonna get into all that, but it's like that's what organizations need to do when they draft, and it depends on what they think of the quarterback after they see some play, wherever the case may be. Is it even worth investing into this? So, but in Justin Fields' case, with him being traded to the Steelers, I feel like the Chicago Bears never really gave him the pieces to put around him to be elite. When you sit here talking about teams going to the Super Bowl, it's not saying that you need to have, all pro at every position. Now the Eagles try to do that for whatever odd reason. How we can, he's able to do this for whatever odd reason, but it's not always going to be like that. But you do want to have great players at the positions that they're playing. It doesn't make any sense to try and be like LeBron back in '03. Like when LeBron had them Cavaliers teams, bro, and then he ain't gonna get into that neither. But he ended up going to the Heat and winning, his championship. Started winning his championship. But when he was carrying, I don't want to call nobody but they just wasn't as good as LeBron. So you know what I mean? They wasn't really a good supporting cast. Same thing with AI in '01. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Aaron McKee, Eric Snow. Come on, baby. Old Derek Coleman. Like, I think Derek was with the team, but like, bro, come on, man. Like, what do you expect somebody to do with that? And you got a shark with a bunch of guppies around you, man. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? So you have to go out here and get the best players possible to put in these positions. And they're not gonna always be big names. Like Zach Bond is not probably a big name to somebody, but Zach Bond might really shine in a defense like this. You feel what I'm saying? People talking about Saquon, how Saquon's injury prone. I said it too. If he can, but you got to remember Saquon playing on that MetLife field. That joint's like playing on cement. They said so. But you got to think like him not being able to stay healthy, and stuff like that, which is also, it's a concern. But at the same time, he's never had an offensive line like this before. He's never had talent around him like this before. A lot of these players haven't had this. I'm not trying to, talk the Eagles up, but this is what they do. For these last couple of years, it's been a very talented team. Bar coaching, you know what I mean, with this past year. But even this past year, them first 9 games or 10 games, bro. Was it 9 games they won? I can't remember how many games it was, but them 9 games that they won, yeah, we might have been winning by the skin of our teeth, but you see the talent's there. You just need somebody that X and O's like a Kellen Moore. So that's what I'm saying. I'm expecting to see some of these players on the offense shine. I'm really expecting to see what Vic Fangio is going to do because they really believe in this defense. Now I said, I said how I felt about it. I'm not saying it's a bad defense. I just wanted something more aggressive. That's my personality. I'm a little aggressive. You feel what I'm saying? So. But we're gonna see what they do with the any more. I don't think it was any more additions since I said all that. I want to make sure. Yeah, I think I talked about everybody else. But the Kenny Pickett thing, I just really want to see what they do with that because I think, it's good to have him. You know what I mean? But I don't think nobody's going to outshine Jalen, man. I think Jalen's hungry. They put a lot of talent around. Like Jalen has no excuses, man. You got the offensive coordinator. You got the defensive coordinator. Like, yeah, he might not have the chemistry just yet. You know what I mean? Like I said, maybe give him a year. But like the Super Bowl window for the Eagles is wide open, man. It's really like wide open, and that's why you get Saquon signed to 3 years because like Howie's like really trying to put it in. He's really trying pause. He's really trying to like whatever he can do to get this team over the hump to get another trophy is what he's trying to do, and you have to applaud that. There's not a lot of GMs out here right now. I don't want to bring up the Dallas Cowboys, but I just seen that Dak restructured his contract to only free up. It wasn't. I don't think it was even that much money, but you see how teams are like cash strapped. They can't even really do nothing in free agency, and then you also need money to go into the draft to pay the people that you're drafting. So it's like we and how we ain't always gonna get it right. You know what I'm saying? We human, we don't always get it right. And, we don't all said what we said or did what we don't even matter, man. It's just like CJ Gardner. You know what I'm saying? I apologize. I apologize for what I said about my man when we was going through the frustrating times. But at the same time, he's turned it around. So you can't be mad at that. A lot of teams didn't have the money, the salary cap that we had, even the relationships that this man has. We're able to get some of these players to be able to pull that. I just looked it up to be able to pull that AJ Brown trade off was crazy. But then again, that brings me to another point before I get off of here. That's something else that we need to be looking at. If we're thinking that Howie's going to be making another move, I'll be watching Philly 500 and Joey Shakes and on the road to victory with Jimmy Smith. I watched Lord Brunson. I watched a lot of these guys, right? And they were talking about how we might maybe going to go get a linebacker or somebody that's on that final year of the rookie deal. Now, if it's not a linebacker, it could just be a player. Like AJ Brown situation, I think he was on that. Wasn't that the last year of his rookie deal? If I'm not mistaken, please don't quote me, but I think that he was having either a contractor's dispute with the Titans or something like that. How he swooped in and saved the day and ended up getting AJ Brown for them 4 years, 100 million, whatever the case may be. So we might need to be looking at something like that. Is there anybody, not just linebacker, but is there anybody that's on either in the contract dispute? I mean, we're in a contract dispute too with Hassan Reddick, but I'm gonna get to that too. But that's something else that we need to be looking at, because is there somebody out there that we're not thinking about that's in the last year of their rookie deal? Doesn't matter if they're a linebacker, but if they're in the last year of their rookie deal or they're having some type of contract dispute, because you got to think there's still what you call out there, not T Higgins, Tyler Boyd, maybe wide receiver 3. If he got the money for that, whatever the case may be. I don't know what the salary cap is. I know they keep talking about we got 30-something million, but I don't think that's really right. So it might be close, but I don't think it's all the way accurate. And if it's come out, I haven't seen it yet, so I do apologize. But with that being said, excuse me, I think that might be the next splash. We probably won't see, a crazy splash maybe until the draft, because I feel like how we really done, he there's still some holes, don't get me wrong, but I think he's done a pretty good job so far. So but that's the thing I was thinking about, like, is there anybody that's having a player with a contract dispute with their team that maybe how we can find value in, something like that. So we'll see about that. But we've heard no more about the Hassan Reddick situation. So I'm rolling with this. But we've heard no more about the Hassan Reddick situation. And I feel like, when you don't hear nothing, I feel like that's still good. And as these days go by, and that's for most of these players that are still out there that haven't been signed by teams yet. If they haven't been signed, first week, second week, as each day and week goes by and they don't get signed, the price goes down. If you want to play, you know what I mean, you got to sign to a team sooner or later. So people are talking about maybe we get Justin Simmons, whatever the case may be, but who knows? We'll see, what happens with that. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I'm missing. There's a video that came out about Jalen Hurts. They showed him doing these little strides and stuff like that. So he looked like he's doing well with his legs and all that. But he's putting that work in, man. And I'm just excited, man. I'm just excited for I'm excited for the season. But the offseason for sure, man. Howie's made a lot of moves. He done, did a lot of what he needed to do, man. And I feel like sometimes he be watching these videos of these, as content creators, because I'm like, oh, he must, what I'm saying? He did this. Oh, he must be listening. You know what I'm saying? So we see you, Howie. We see you, ski mask. You feel me? So, yeah, man. But one thing I do want to say, though, is I do appreciate, and I always probably say this, but I do appreciate everybody watching my videos, man. It's always nice click on my joint. Oh, I got a couple likes. Oh, I got a couple new subscribers and stuff like that, man. Like, and that's free to do. So, I appreciate the love. So, but completely forgot. Listen, so I'm thinking about doing a jersey giveaway, Eagles jersey. Don't come over here talking about let me get a Dak Prescott or whatever the case may be. No. So my thing is this: I'm still trying to figure out the details because, of course, I'm doing the jersey giveaway. I'm trying to get my followers up. You feel me? Trying to bring some, some attention to the podcast. But as I get the details together, I'm either thinking about doing a Saquon Barkley. I don't know if they got the Kelly Green joint out yet, but I know they got I think the midnight green, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember what color it is, but they do have the new jerseys out with the new word mark. As you know, like I don't think I got. I'm not about to get up and turn it around, but on the the old word mark, and they got the new word mark. Oh, this the new word mark up here. My fault. Let me show y'all that joint. They got that now on the right where the NFL patch is on the collar. So you know, I'm probably gonna do that. So, but it gotta be an Eagles jersey. I'm not about to go get nobody else's jersey. And if you don't want Saquon's jersey, I'll get you another joint. You know what I mean? So, I'm gonna figure out the details. But I think I'm gonna have some type of raffle. I gotta Google this stuff. But I figured I'd throw that out there so get my followers up and stuff like that. And y'all been just good to me, so I appreciate all the likes, the follows. It's crazy because I checked the YouTube studio. I got 16K views. 16K. Now, I mean, most of them came from a little video I had some years back, but bro, just 5 to 6,000 views. Only been doing this for like a couple of months, so it is what it is, man. But like I said, it's now on the No Cut Sports podcast. I appreciate y'all watching, and like I said, if you could like, comment, and subscribe to always catch this vibe. And I'm also going to have them details for y'all for the jersey giveaway, so stay tuned for that. But like I said, I'm going to holler at y'all. Y'all be safe, and you already know, go Birds, baby.